Cucurella speaks out about the owners. Enzo Fernandez confirms he's leaving. Cole Palmer untouchable. The sport directors have said we've recruited well. Today I'm going to break it all down for you and I'm going to give you my opinions. But before we get into it, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. Turn those notification bell icon on to be notified of everything that I do on the channel. Go and follow the socials and let's get into it. So let's get into this. Cucurella has spoken out about the owners. But what has he actually said? Let's get into it. We'll talk about it and I'll break it down and I'll give you my opinion. Marc Cucurella's bombshell interview. The moment Maresca left, it had a big impact on us. These are decisions taken by the club. If you ask me, I would not have made this decision. To make a change like that, the best thing is to wait until the end of the season. I understand this is part of the club's policy and that they want to take this direction, signing young players and looking to the future. But for all of us who are still here and want to win big things, moments like this, PSG, make you feel discouraged. We have a good core of players, the foundations are there, but to fight for major trophies such as the Premier League or the Champions League, you need more. Signing young players only might complicate achieving these goals. And this is from The Athletic. So, Marc Cucurella has now spoken out against these owners and the direction they're going in. And he's probably not going to be the last player to do this. Now, what does this mean? What does he mean by the direction we're going in? And obviously, he means the signing of young players and the removal of Enzo Maresca mid-season. Now, personally, I agree with Marc Cucurella. If you were going to have done this, you would have been better off waiting till the end of the season and seeing how things had gone. We probably still would have got top four. We probably would have got past PSG if we'd have kept Maresca in charge. People say, oh, but results weren't going our way. This was the problem. This was the problem. Maresca was starting to lose the dressing room. I don't think he was. I don't think he was. And that's honestly my opinion. I look at the way Maresca got us going during that Club World Cup period, the Conference League period. And I think based on that, I think he had a lot going for him still, where he could get these players and guide these players to a top four, to a Champions League semi-final potentially. But I want to hear your thoughts on this in the comments. Do you think it was the right decision from the owners to remove Maresca? And do you think Cucurella is right on this whole situation of buying youngs and complicating things for those players who want to win big trophies and Premier Leagues, Champions Leagues? Does it complicate it? Let me know in the comments. So, is Enzo Fernandez leaving at Stamford Bridge this summer? Well, he's already confirmed that he'd love to play in Madrid one day and he'd love to live there one day. And that sort of spells signs of trouble. So let's get into what Simon Phillips has said via Sky Sports News and we'll talk about it. Chelsea are planning to sign another midfielder this summer and Enzo Fernandez is not regarded as untouchable at Stamford Bridge. However, Chelsea would only consider an offer of more than £100 million for one of their key players. And this is via Sky Sports News and Simon Phillips. Now, Enzo Fernandez has already confirmed that he wants to go. We have heard this multiple times. He's confirmed himself he'd love to live in Madrid. And he sees it like Buenos Aires. He sees it as a similar city to that. Now, is it a disaster, Enzo Fernandez leaving? Well, it does show one thing. It shows that the bigger players, the players that originally came in under this project, are now seeing that it's not working and now they're turning on the project, they're turning heel, and I think this is a problem that we're going to see come across some bigger players. I'm talking Moises Caicedo, Cole Palmer, obviously Marc Cucurella now dropping this bombshell, Levi Colwill potentially, Reece James. There's plenty of players, big name players, who can turn heel now at any time because the project is just not working and it's being proven time and time again. Do I think you can get more than 100 million for Enzo Fernandez? Of course I do. I think he's that kind of player that sort of commands that fee. He hasn't really shown it, but he does command that fee. But Enzo Fernandez, though, is a good player. There is a really good player in there, and he's just not been unlocked yet. He hasn't had the right manager to unlock him. We had Enzo Maresca, who turned him into the box-crashing midfielder that he is now. And do I think he could benefit from a move away from this project to improve his game? Of course. There's plenty of players in this project and in this squad who would move away and instantly light it up somewhere else. So, do I think Enzo Fernandez will go? I do think so. Will it be for more than 100 million? It has to be. But I want to hear your thoughts on this in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. And yeah, I think this is pure madness. I actually think this is madness. These players are now turning heel and showing that the project is not working. And this should be a sign to the owners that things have to change pronto. So now we've got another bit of news about another midfielder potentially coming to Chelsea. This is via Mark Bruce, via Simon Phillips. So let's get into it and we'll discuss it. Chelsea and Liverpool are among the clubs closely monitoring Monaco midfielder Lamine Camara. And this is via Mark Bruce and Simon Phillips. Now, I don't know too much about this Lamine Camara, if I'm honest. I've never really studied the guy. I don't know too much about him. I don't know if he's any good or if he's got the ability to be the type of player Chelsea need. It's another young midfielder supposedly, and this is just, we're going full circle. We're going to get rid of Enzo Fernandez and bring in Lamine Camara. What's the point? What's the point? What is the actual point in this? If I'm honest, guys, I don't see the point. I don't see the point of bringing in another midfielder to replace a midfielder that is already good enough to be in this squad, but we haven't got the players around him to prove that we can win trophy after trophy after trophy. So it's another risk, and is it going to be one that pays off? I don't think so. But let me know your thoughts in the comments and tell me what you know about Lamine Camara. And before we continue into this next piece of news, I want to ask you very nicely just to subscribe to the channel, turn your notification bell icon on to be notified when I upload and when I go live. Also, guys, go and follow the socials in the description. It really does help us out. And we're on the journey now to 5,000 subscribers, so let's make that happen. Okay, so let's move on to this next piece of news. This was released a couple of days ago and I didn't quite cover it. So let's have a look at it and I'll give you my thoughts. Chelsea believe they have recruited well in many areas, with some wastage inevitable at a big club. There has never been any suggestion that sporting directors would be reviewed for what the fans call underperformance. Chelsea are happy with those in charge and are now very strict on wages. And this is via Nizar Kinsella. Of course the sporting directors are bloody happy there. And of course the owners are happy with them. If they weren't happy with them, they'd have got rid of them a long time ago. Are we happy as fans though? No. And do you know why we're not happy as fans? Because they're puppets to the operation. They are mere puppets. The reality is they are there to make sure that the club makes money, that the club gets players in for cheap, sells them for more, brings in players that have got potential to raise the bar of their profile, raise the amount of money that they're actually worth. And you know what? I can't be asked with the sporting directors anymore. I can't be asked to keep going into this ownership waffle because it's just doing my head in, and I'm pretty sure it's just getting on the other fans' nerves now. But guys, let me know what you think about the sporting directors in the comments. Are they good enough to run the operation at this football club, and are they doing their jobs properly? Because to be honest, I don't think so, but I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments about this, and let's have a conversation about it. Okay, so let's move on to the final piece of news in this video. This is discussing Cole Palmer, his situation at Chelsea, and whether he is staying or going this summer. Let's get into it. Cole Palmer is untouchable at Chelsea, and anyone trying to get him this summer will be wasting their time. Palmer is focused on Chelsea and trying to get them UEFA Champions League football, then getting in Tuchel's England squad. Chelsea's two untouchable players are Palmer and Caicedo, and this is via Ben Jacobs, who is speaking on the United stand. Now, what do I think? Do I think Cole Palmer is untouchable at Chelsea? No. Eventually Cole Palmer will want to leave. He will see that the project has burnt itself out and that there is no real project to go on. So Cole Palmer will want to prove himself as one of the best in the world, and he has done that at Chelsea, but he can take himself to the next level if he finds himself a different club, because we're not offering him what we should be. We have not really built a squad around him to bring out the best of his abilities. You could say, oh, but under Pochettino we had a brilliant first season. Under Enzo Maresca he had a decent second season. It's waffle. It's waffle. Because we've proven that this is not a project for trophies or heritage or prestige. This is about how much money the owners can get a return on their investments that they put in the first place. Guys, do you think Cole Palmer is untouchable at Chelsea? Because I really don't, and I don't think Caicedo is either, to be totally honest. But I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments about this. Let me know and let's have a conversation about it. And if you've enjoyed this video, please make sure you smash that subscribe button, you leave a like on this video to let me know you've enjoyed it, you turn that notification bell icon on to be notified of when I upload and when I go live. Also guys, go and follow the socials down in the description, and I'll see you either later or tomorrow for another video. Take care guys.